Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Let me make sure I get my volume up high everywhere. No problem because I can't speak real good. But hey, so anyway, I hope this is better. Or you can hear me, and I'll slow down a little bit too. Okay, here we are again. We are updating everybody on the deaths in Angelina County Jail, the unexplained deaths, the deaths that no one will release information on. So yeah, we're talking about three deaths in a matter of 2 years, two of which happened within the last year. So I want to kind of give you a synopsis of where we're at in my investigation. And yes, I'm doing my own investigation because the fact is that nobody else is. But I have been diligently working on sending out information requests and also alerting the AIG and the Attorney General of a couple of facts they missed when choosing not to release the video or siding with Angelina County and non-release of the video. So I got some information on that as well. So this is where most videos that go in, they spill on gold or something. I don't do it. I just freelance. So here's where we're at. It's a chess match, and the county has yet to respond to the deaths. They have not made a statement regarding the deaths. The only person we heard from was Tom Selman, who is the sheriff, the acting sheriff. Now, I want to preface this because the fact is that Mr. Selman took office and nobody elected him. He was appointed. He took the place of a sheriff who resigned. For unbeknownst reasons, nobody can get in contact with Sheriff Sanchez at all. Subpoenas have been issued for him. He has been trying to be located so he can answer some questions, not only in this case, but also other cases that happened where he was on his watch. So same thing with Stacy Purdue. She has been refusing a subpoena for her testimony in jail, in the jail procedures, in the jail monitoring, everything that these cases are as a continuation of the current practices that they put in place, and then for Sheriff Selman to go ahead and just keep implementing those. I want to preface the fact that this is Angelina County, Texas, Southeast Texas. Okay, Southeast Texas is known for their good old boy network. They are responsible for keeping everything hush hush. I've given many examples of this, but Angelina County is like a bubble, and information cannot get out, and it can't get in. So we operate in our own little world, and this is where our story begins. In the follow-up, we have Miss Hartman, we have Mr. Smallwood, and we have Mr. Stolik's deaths that we are investigating, because the fact is that they were circumstances that were questionable. All this led me to believe, or all this information that I'm receiving and going to receive in the next week, it's going to pinpoint them and our county. It's going to pinpoint them and make them ante up and kick in because of the recent laws that were passed. HR 30 was passed by our Congress, implemented, signed off by our governor, to where if there was a death in custody of all law enforcement, including guards, county jails, there's a death in custody, then any videotape that you have showing the events leading up to that death, you have to disclose. Now, this law didn't come into effect until September 1st. It's set on Governor Abbott's. It sat on his desk for 4 weeks before he actually signed it. Matter of fact, when he signed it, he was asked why. Oh well, I just picked it out of files that were on my desk to sign that day. So anyway, what this did was that it didn't take effect till September the 1st and of 2023, and it allowed for the non-disclosure of county jails to deaths inside their jail. Now, we all have seen in the state of Texas where there is actually been transparency done by a lot of counties. A lot of counties have gone on their own and said, you know what, hey, we're going to show the public how we operate, our SOP, what they can expect to get in jail, what 1, 2, 3, to keep everyone advised of what the status, and actually let know what your loved one's going through or whatever. And I'll preface this because everybody is innocent until proven guilty. What we're talking about is individuals here that are detainees in Angelina County Jail. They're waiting for trial. So they haven't been convicted of a crime. And because they were accused of a crime, now you're using cruel and unusual punishment on these individuals. Why would they do that? Because they have the power to do so. I was talking to my dad the other day, and we were talking about, officers, and we've seen in his history. My dad's 82, and his history, and dealing with law enforcement, and how the cover-ups happen, and what is allowed to happen in Southeast Texas, and it's a damn shame. Because the events he was describing, nothing's changed. So we have a sheriff who was appointed. We have 3 commissioners, 2 of which are appointed, and 1 has been actually found guilty of misappropriating county funds. Our county judge was appointed. We only have 1 individual on the court who's actually elected by the people. Now, the facts of this keep adding up because the fact is that our district attorney, she resigned. Our sheriff, he resigned. Multiple staff that worked for Janet Castles, for Sheriff Sanchez, most of those individuals have moved on to bigger and better things, or had to leave the area, which another issue, but we got gypsy cops everywhere. Officer Denby, I guess he's the sheriff now in Zavala, Texas. He was fired from Angelina County Sheriff's Department. But I digress. So getting back to the law requiring them to release video and footage of individuals who die in their custody took effect on September the 1st. And this is what they used to hide the video in the Smallwood case. Verbiage in that law says it's not retroactive. So basically, moving forward, they have to disclose the videos. And all these videos that you see that of inmates or detainees or whatever, they have had to be requested. They have had to be requested. And many go unanswered. Many don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on behind those county jail, behind the county jail. So this is where we start our plot, because the fact is, it goes back to Ms. Hartman's case. Ms. Hartman died of pneumonia supposedly per Sheriff Selvin, en route to the hospital. Now, it gets better. Ms. Hartman asked multiple occasions, even had to fill out shits. I don't know if you know what shit is, but anyway, it's a request for medical attention. She sent out a request to see the doctor. She was denied. The guards basically said that she was denied these because she was faking it. And she ended up dying of pneumonia. The only fact we can't determine is the fact is, did she have pneumonia when she got before she walked to jail, or did the jail conditions make her pneumonia worse, or did she contract pneumonia while inside the jail? I think maybe I won't have an answer to that, right? But the common answer from Sheriff's Office, why she died en route to the hospital. I don't give a rat's ass. She's coming from here. If you take a prisoner from Angelina County Jail and you put them to a hospital, they're still in your custody. The mentality of these people just, it's just, come on, man. So then we go to the Smallwood case where he was only in custody for a while. He was definitely having a psychotic moment to where they put him in restraint chair. He was found dead in his restraint chair. Per trustees, per witnesses that were in the jail who actually saw this happen and or heard this happening of the abuse to Mr. Smallwood. Mr. Smallwood's death, his coroner's report stated he was dead at 11:36. Per the coroner's report, the booking report says he wasn't actually booked until 12:28. He was there at 9:52 on the time of his arrest. All the individual, and so we get to the point to where the investigation of Ms. Hartman was done by an individual at the Texas Rangers. His name was James Hicks, Texas State Trooper, Texas Ranger. He conducted an investigation where he did not interview individuals that were there, individuals that actually heard, seen, and denied the request from Ms. Hartman to go see a doctor. The only person that he deposed was actually the sheriff, and the sheriff wasn't even there. So how can you speak? How can you be deposed and speak on an incident that happened in your jail if he wasn't even there? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't want his deputies or his guards to go on record and say exactly what they saw. Give facts to the investigation. Asking these same questions we would ask if you were an investigator, you would think that you'd want to get to the bottom of how a person died in jail. Just saying, well, it died of pneumonia. How did they get pneumonia? Did your jail have anything to do with it? Were the conditions in the jail? Did they make her condition worse? And even when she wrote out that she just wanted to see a damn doctor. No, you can't. In the Smallwood case, we have the same situation where it was a psychotic moment for this individual who went to jail, put in restraints. They denied he was in restraints. However, the coroner states that he had bruises consistent with the restraints. When pushed on the subject, based on his prior history, not his conduct in jail, but based upon his prior history, they placed him in restraints. Okay, so that's like, you know what? Okay, because I showed my ass over here 4 years ago, now I hit the county jail, and guess what? I'm just assumed that I'm going to be violent. But he was experiencing a psychotic episode, which is clear from the Lufkin Police Department when they arrested the individual. They released the video. Now we have Mr. Stoller information, and this is why I'm writing out my frequent information request, because the fact is I want to know if it's the same damn pattern that happened over and over and over again and how they're covering up. Because remember, I told you September 1st is when the new law comes out. Mr. Stolic's death happened after September the 1st. That's September 1st, 2023. So we know that they did cover up information, and we're waiting to see how they're going to cover it up this time. I have a notepad here, and I'm writing down. I have to look at it. There's notes everywhere. I didn't say I was organized, but like in the Marine Corps, I always have something to write on. So it all doesn't make sense. They haven't explained why this keep happening in Angelina County. Our commissioners don't give a shit. They got an investigation by James Hicks that deposed in this case, or in the Smallwood case again, failed to interview anybody that was in the vicinity except for one person who was Tom Selman, and he wasn't even there. How can you go on oath and swear these are the events that happened when you wasn't even there to witness them? Explain that to me like I'm a 3-year-old. It's that ridiculous. So our commissioner's court has been remained silent in a commissioner's meeting. Tom Selman was promoting for the jail expansion. They wanted to add 200 beds. My first question is this: if you can't keep the people that you've got currently in your jail now alive, and this kind of procedure happens when you got 200 more people, I think maybe we need to rediscuss jail extension or how you're going to man this, and what personnel are you going to put in there? Are they properly trained? No one was properly trained to put somebody in restraints. There is a way to do so. It's in the Texas law, for law enforcement officers. However, when you look at the SOP from Angelina County Jail, well, it's on the job training. So you mean to tell me anybody can put somebody in restraints when you're cutting off circulation, cutting off the breathing, cutting off? Who gives you that right? You think maybe they take a class? Maybe that they would issue changes to this SOP. The state of Texas outlawed chokehold, for example, outlawed chokeholds. The Angelina County still, and does that reflect that in their SOP? They're still issuing chokeholds. Our county commissioner's office is useless because the fact is that they allowed this man, whenever he was promoting addition to the jail, whenever he went up to the podium to address the commissioners, this asshole turned the desk around. I'm talking to you people. Okay, let me explain something. You're here to address the court. Okay, that was a total sign of disrespect to our commissioners. You're here to address the court. We are elected by the people and been appointed to these positions. You talk to us. You don't turn your back on and issue a statement to the audience. You're here to address the commissioner's court. If you want to address the public, get a public town hall, address the public directly, but don't turn your back on the commissioners to plead your case. This happens. Now, if you would have been in the audience, you would have probably said point of order or whatever. This shit's illegal or whatever, and you would have been hauled off to the Angelina County Jail because the fact is you were interrupting a meeting or something like this. But however, the Robert Rules of Order, if there's something wrong, we need to say something. Or we're going to continue to let it happen. So this sheriff has no He has no oversight committee on how he's running his jail. He silences his employees by the fact that, if you don't like it, here is your walking papers. And if you're a guard, okay, and you do notice something wrong, and you do get your walking papers, then the Texas state law doesn't allow you to go to work in law enforcement anymore. You think maybe that might be, maybe I keep my mouth shut on this. I mean, every once in a while, pretty soon you got to look after mine. I can get fired for going whistleblower. Because believe it or not, they don't even recognize a whistleblower complaint. An engineer that we hired, conducting an audit when he first got elected in there, found discrepancies in the books. He reported it to the commissioners. Next thing you know, he's fired for allegedly signing a timesheet on a day that the person was guaranteed a day off. Why would this happen? Because the fact is, let's say, for example, you're a county employee. How many times this happens? Like, you know what? Hey, we need to get the water back up. We know I need you to work. We need you to work over to get this water back up or whatever. But your county will not authorize overtime. So you as the employee, okay, I'll do that. But you know what? I need to take off next Thursday because I got an appointment. I need to take off Thursday, and done deal. Done deal. So when it comes up on Thursday, whenever you want to take the day off, you sign them because you know what? I made a deal with this individual. He worked over, save you some damn money. Now you're firing me for it. Mr. Walker settled out of court for $150,000. I would love to interview Mr. Walker. We have an attorney. His name is Bob Flournoy. He used to work here in Angelina County as a county attorney. He's this one who actually initiated the complaint. You think maybe he knows what the hell's going on in there? Yeah, but he has been stifled. He was arrested because he went over the 3-minute time limit addressing the commissioner's court to expose all of this crap. 3 minutes, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You got an issue, you can't explain it in 3 minutes. Expect them to actually listen. They don't want you to do any investigation. They do not want to do your own research. They do not want you to ask questions. It's sit down, do as we say. We're smarter than you because we're a part of an elite club and you're not in it. Mr. Flournoy actually did a town hall meeting and explained to people what was going on in our county. Then he disappears. I believe that he got tired of fighting the county. He's an older gentleman. I believe that he just said, you know what, screw it. I'm running into too much. I'm too old for this shit. Too old for these reindeer games, man. But see what happens in your county. If you play stupid games, accept stupid prizes. So we were waiting for the Stoic information to hit. We have a coroner's report that is going to do this at the end of this week. We have, and I am preparing right now freedom of information request on all people that were on duty, whatever was there when Mr. Stoic arrived, who threw him in a jail cell. And get this, they threw him in the jail cell before they booked him for 2 days. 2 days. Now they say the man died of a heart attack. Got to be confirmed by the coroner, but that's the story they're going with. Let me ask you a question. If you are in distress and you are having a heart attack, would your course of action be throw him in a cell? You're honest answer would be no. He's got to be checked out by medical personnel on duty. They did. The same verbiage was used in Smallwood and Stolik, and also in the Hartman case. This is the response from the medical personnel there. Well, his blood pressure was high, but it was in range of a intoxicated person. So anyway, you're staying down at high blood pressure because whatever the hell he did, you took him into jail, he couldn't go to the hospital. But anyway, you made the determination. His blood pressure was high, he's good to go. They only took his blood pressure one time. These individuals, they only took their blood pressure one time. The medical personnel did not state it. You can't throw this individual in jail. You can't throw him in a cell for 2 days with high blood pressure and not monitor. This whole 3 deaths stinks to high heaven. And they are actually counting on you to stay silent. They are actually counting on you to buy their stories hook, line, and sinker with no investigation. Our Attorney General wrote them. There was a pattern of deaths in Angelina County Jail. You would think that our Attorney General's office would want to get down to it. You think that our OIG would want to look at that. They want to look at the investigation to see if it was completed in a timely fashion and if it was accurate. And you think the Attorney General wouldn't issue an opinion saying they don't have to release the video. I don't know where he gets this idea or whatever. However, the fact is that when the public information hit the Attorney General's office, his rebuttal was prepared along the lines of the law that currently existed. And here's the reason why they didn't release the video. It was confidential or secret information where our camera's located. We were looking out for the safety, welfare, and privacy of our inmates, our detainees. And there were computer screens. Okay. Redact that shit out. Show me how the man died. The coroner's report from Smallwood came back. It was an accident. Who caused the accident? Pneumonia in the Ms. Hartman case. How did she develop pneumonia and go untreated? Now in Stolen case, we're going to find the same facts that we did in those 2 cases, and expect us to go along with the program. I don't know about you, but if three deaths occurred in custody of police officers or whatever, we have individuals across the United States and in Texas that actually showed me the investigation, wouldn't accept it until they got the information. They would go to the district attorneys, they would go to the county attorneys and say, they need to show what he died. You need to show me information on how he died to make them be accountable for their actions. But in Angelina County, Texas, that's not true. I stated a long time ago, whenever you come through the city limits of Angelina County, you leave your Constitution. When it says entering Angelina County, just leave your Constitution there because it doesn't apply to you as long as you're in this county. But we made some minor changes to it. I make videos. I make videos not for entertainment. I'm a retired veteran, and I can tell after reading many reports, after having to file after action reports, contact or something that happens in combat, I had to fill out a complete report, and all the individuals that were around during that particular time, they were questioned. Why is an individual's death not thoroughly investigated? Texas Rangers, why, after all the complaints against James Hicks, is he still available to do investigations? I don't know, but I'm gonna answer that question because the fact is I got a freedom of information request on all his investigations he's done since 2022 to yesterday, 2024. But what pisses me off about this whole scenario is one thing, is that they insult our intelligence and think we're stupid. And they can get away with anything they want to get away with. They will threaten you, they will gaslight you, they will pick on your kids, your family, your wife, your daughters, your sons. They will go after you until you stop questioning their authority. I don't think that that was ever put into the Constitution. I do not know where Angelina County believes that they cannot actually have to follow the law of the land, describing conditions. This is how you do things. It's amazing to me. I'm not going to rest until all these three, because I got 3 deaths that I can't, and I don't have an answer to any one of them. I don't have an answer on how it actually happened. I don't have information to say, oh, we need to make changes to this. And they still have a jail that's on. They're going to extend it. Oh, and then information I told you about, the top secret jail, confidential secret jail files. I'm gonna send it on my Facebook post. I'm gonna send it. There's Tom Selman showing off his new expansion to his new jail. The schematic drawing of the same freaking jail that we're talking about. You want to respect their privacy? Then why in the hell do you take a mugshot with all their pertinent information and you release it to the news and demand that they actually post it in the Lufkin Daily News? Why is the Lufkin Daily News not showing that why are they not investigating? Good question, huh? I think everybody can put 2 and 2 together and say, you know what, they're on the same team. So thank you for listening. I'm making these videos and I'm putting them out to wake people up. I'm actually saying, we got to question authority. I was taught that, you know what, when somebody tells you this way it is or whatever, you ask them, how? Why? Who said so? Show me. You question your government because the fact is that you're in a democracy where you're allowed to do that. And you're allowed to get information to prevent something of this magnitude from happening again. Because we're talking about deaths, people. We're not talking go to the county jail and get your ass beat. We're not going in there and talking that they're abusing us. No, you are responsible for this man's death. The Hartman case was settled for $476,000. And the reason why was because the fact is that they run up against a brick wall because the county would not be transparent with them. And the family settled at $476,000. We don't know how much money the taxpayers are going to be on the loop now. But we do know the insurance company who handles our liability insurance, they went up because of the amount of claims that we file per year. You kind of know how this works. Like if you have no record, if you have no driving record, you don't have any accidents, you don't have no DUIs, you get a better rate, right? And don't get speed tickets, you get a better rate, right? But the individuals who participate in crime, they have to keep dishing out money on, they raise their rates. Just got to tell you something right there. So anyway, putting this video out, I'm going to be continuing to put videos out, whether y'all like it or not, because I am going to find out the answer to this. I'm going to personally make it a goal to me to hold every individual that was a part of this and a part of this cover-up, hold them accountable. And I will gladly answer any questions that you have, any theories that you may have. If I'm if I'm wrong, tell me. But We cannot sit by and allow deaths to happen in a jail and we don't get any answers how it happened. It's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. You guys will be good. I try to keep it under 30 minutes, but I get to talking because I got so much information I need to spread out. So I'm gonna start dropping these on Rumble. I'm gonna start dropping these on Twitch as well. I've been asked to share some stuff on Twitch and actually share some stuff on the Rumble. So that way we'll get the word out. If you see this video, if it doesn't pertain to you, if it doesn't think, please share it. Because there's individuals out there who have the same questions we do, and they want to have answers. But they don't want to come forward by themselves because the fact is that of the repercussions that the county will put on them and their family. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. You guys be good. Keep your powder dry. Happy Sunday. Hey, I went by the church this morning too. Happy Sunday.